Oh, hello. Sorry, I was just playing with my teva and my animals. Why? Well, I was learning about the Zemer of Yom Shabbaton, and it has a lot to do with Parshas Noach. Let's learn about it. So, the Zemer of Yom Shabbaton is written by someone who we know well, and many of us have learned his works, Rabbi Yehuda Halevi. Rabbi Yehuda Halevi was the author of the Kuzari, and if you look at the stanzas in Yom Shabbaton, it actually spells his name Yehuda. Um, in general, it's about a praise of Shabbos, but it's got a few interesting themes which I'm really excited to explore. Let's talk about the first stanza, and we'll get right into it. The Zemer says, Yom Shabbaton ein lishkoach, that the day of Shabbos one should not forget. Zichru kareach hanichoach, that it remembered, one who remembers it is kareach nichoach. It's like a pleasing aroma to Hashem. Reach nichoach, pleasing aroma, is something that's used throughout Tanakh in regards to korbanos, meaning one who remembers or mentions the Shabbos is that person, and what they do is so amazing to Hashem. It's like they're bringing korbanos, which is an amazing praise to the person, and it's an amazing thing to do. Yona matzav Noach. The Yona, the dove, Matzah found Voma Noach on it rest, meaning he found rest on the day of Shabbos. And there, all the people who have exerted their effort and their energy, they will rest. What's this idea of the dove here? So, two things, and I think these two different things go together, but really they'll play out throughout the Zemer. On one level, the Yonah that we're talking about in this Zemer of Yom Shabbaton is the Yonah of the story of Noach. It says that the Yonah was sent out after 7 days of being in the Teva after the Mabul had stopped. And in general, Chazal, when things happen in 7 days, it's 6 days, and the seventh day is Shabbos. So Chazal say that on the seventh day when the Yonah got taken out, that was Shabbos. But did the Yonah find rest? No, we know the story goes that the Yonah came back. But then 7 days, and it was sent out again on another Shabbos. But on that third Shabbos, meaning 7 days after the 7 days, after the 7 days, it didn't come back, which must have meant it found rest. So when the Zemer means that the dove found rest, it's referring to the story of Noach. And on the third Shabbos, it found rest, it found land. And that was when Noach knew that it was safe to come out of the table because the Mabul was officially over. And on one level, that's what it's about. It's about the fact that finally the Mabul was over, the world was redeemed, the world could start again, humanity could start again. And that is a story and an experience that we are remembering. On the other hand, and this is very beautiful, listen closely, a Yonah is often referred to in Tanakh as a metaphor for Am Yisrael, for the Jewish people. Simply put, it's because a Yonah is loyal to its kind. We are loyal to Hashem, and so we are like a Yonah. And so it's also talking about the fact that the Jewish people, Knesset Yisrael, the Am Yisrael, find rest as a Yonah on Shabbos, meaning we work so hard all week, and now we find rest on Shabbos. And that is us, the Yonah. So it's the Yonah of the story of Yonah, the Yonah of the story of Noach, and us, the Jewish people, finding rest. Now, just to tie them together so that we can appreciate the Zemer, really they're kind of one and the same if you think about it, because we, the Jewish people, find rest. Our rest on Shabbos isn't just a regular rest of I'm not working anymore, but it's deeper than that. It redeems us from the world, right? We are involved in the 6 days of work. We're involved in the challenges and difficulties of the world we live in. And in many ways, Shabbos, that one day elevates us to a different plane, to a world of Kulo Hashem, Yom Shekulo Shabbos, almost like Yemos HaMashiach in a sense, 1 day a week. And so just like after the Mabul, the world had started fresh and it was on that level of being redeemed, so too in many ways, that's what Shabbos is for us. And so think about the two Yonahs really just going simultaneously and bridging together. Okay, so that's the first stanza. Let's get into the second stanza. Yom Hayom Nichba Livnei Emunim. This day is honorable for all those who are Bnei Emunim, meaning sons or children of Emunim. Simply put, if you keep Shabbos, you're a believer. Why? Why that? Well, we know from Gemaras that someone who is Machal Shabbos, who desecrates Shabbos, it's like they've desecrated the whole Torah. And someone who keeps Shabbos is that they kept the whole Torah. Why? What's the pshat? It's not because they just went to shul or they did this or that. It's really because Shabbos is our testimony and demonstration that Hashem created the entire world. And therefore, when we keep Shabbos, we are demonstrating we believe in Hashem. And so the people who keep Shabbos are B'nai Emunim. So Hayom Nichbad, if you are a B'nai Emunah, if you're someone who believes in Hashem, then this Yom is Nichbad for you and you make it honorable. Zahirim L'Shamro, they're very careful to guard it, meaning they don't do malacha. Zahir is like, I'm careful not to do something. So they're careful not to do malacha. Avos ubanim, not just parents, but also children. Unique to Shabbos, and this is just a cool fun fact, is that normally the rabbis said you should be mechanech your children. Cool, very important. But for Shabbos, the Torah says ata uvincha, that you uvitecha, that you and your kids should keep Shabbos. So normally it's a rabbinic level to make sure that your kids do mitzvos, like don't eat treif or whatever. But Shabbos is actually a total level mitzvah to ensure that your kids keep Shabbos. So if your kid does malacha for you, right, that's a d'oraisa. That's violating a Torah prohibition. So Shabbos is unique in the fact that it's so amazing and holy and special that not only do we adults over Bar Mitzvah have a mitzvah to keep it, but also you have a mitzvah to be mechanech your children in Shabbos. And it was inscribed on the two luchos havanim, meaning the luchos. It was written on them, the fourth dibra, the fourth mitzvah of the Seres Dibros. It's interesting. It says on the two lochos, was it only one? But okay, for another time. And Merov onim the Amitz Koach. And Merov onim the Amitz Koach. All these people who are kind of Amitz Koach means to increase your strength. They are of strong power, meaning that Hashem is the kind of like the Amitz Koach in the one sense. He's the one who's the most strong and the most onim, the most powerful. On the other hand, it's something that Shabbos does for us, meaning Hashem, the amazing Hashem, powerful Hashem, gave us it on the luchos, but also look what it does for us. It strengthens us. Continuing into the next stanza, now we're going to talk about Har Sinai. So now that we've kind of transitioned for how awesome Shabbos is and some of the specifics about why it's so special, now we're going to transition to that moment which we got the mitzvah of Shabbos, and I'll talk a little bit about why we're emphasizing that moment. Says the stanza, Uvo chulam bevris yachad, we all gathered together. Maybe like the Chazal that we were gathered together, Vayichan Sham, Chalevachad Negadahar, I'm mixing things up, but we all got together for Har Sinai, and in order to have the bris, in order to have the connection with Hashem, the relationship that giving the Torah gave us. Na'aseh v'nishma, and we said Na'aseh v'nishma, Amru ke'echad, and we said it as one people, right? We said Na'aseh, we're going to do the mitzvos, and v'nishma afterwards, we'll figure out what all the details are and understand them. And it was in that moment that we got Shabbos. Ufaschu v'yanu Hashem echad, and we basically said Hashem echad, it's reference to Shema. Not that we really said that. I don't think we did. Shema, we didn't say the Shema at Har Sinai, but we in effect, by saying we're going to keep the mitzvos, kind of said Hashem, you're the most important thing. And that is, in essence, saying Hashem Echad, you're the one, it's all about you. And so we said that by saying Na'aseh v'nishma on Har Sinai. Amruk Baruch no saying that I have koch. And now it's a praise to Hashem. Hashem, you give strength to the weary, back to this theme of a Shabbat, Hashem, the strong one, giving us strength through Shabbos. So now this stanza has started to get us an idea of Har Sinai, that on Har Sinai, this is important. On Har Sinai, we accepted the whole Torah. And we accepted Shabbos. But remember, we said before that someone who keeps Shabbos, it's like they are keeping Kol Torah Kula in the sense that they are demonstrating a belief in Hashem, which is really what all the mitzvos are predicated on. So Har Sinai was important for us because we accepted Hashem, but by Him giving us Shabbos and us accepting Shabbos, we demonstrated that we believe in Him, that we want to do the mitzvos and want that relationship, indicative of Shabbos, Har Sinai, and all of the other mitzvos. The Zmirot continues. He spoke in his holiness on Har Amor. For another time, why that's not referring to Har Amoria, but simple pshat is that Har Amor refers to Har Sinai because we're talking about Har Sinai, and more could be the spices like the plants and stuff that was on Har Sinai, or Mora, like a Mora or Mora. It taught us, meaning the Torah taught us. So, but it's referring to Har Sinai. He spoke on Har Sinai, and he said, Yom Shvi Zachor v'Shamor. He said in one of the versions of Aseret Dibros, Zachor Shem Shabbos L'Kodsho, and the other version, Shamor. And we know, Chazal say, it was said at the exact same time. So he told us to remember the Shabbos day and to guard the Shabbos day. Don't do malacha and make sure to do the mitzvahs aseh. So he told us that on Har Sinai, and v'chol pikudav yachad ligmor, and all of his mitzvos, or his mitzvos, we're going to learn and do. I think what that means, it's back to this theme, that part of the acceptance of Shabbos isn't just do all the mitzvahs of Shabbos, but it's in a sense a commitment to the entirety of the relationship with Hashem, which Shabbos represents. So, v'chol pikudav yachad ligmor, meaning all of his laws we are going to learn and to keep and to complete, because of the emunah we displayed in our acceptance of Shabbos. Chazik masnayim b'amitz koach, and this is an interesting phrase. It means to like gird your loins, and amitz koach, and be strong. Meaning the idea being that if you wanted to go do some work, or you wanted to go do something, or go out for war, whatever, you would have like some sort of gartel or saddle or something like that. Thing you were wearing, and you would like tighten it up and get ready to go. So what's the idea here? The idea here is that we are going to when we're sitting on Har Sinai, we have to be strong, bring out that inner strength that we have to be able to keep the Torah, to be able to keep Shabbos and believe in Hashem. And so Har Sinai was all about that. It was about chasnayim masnayim. It was about stepping up to the plate and having the big hit, nasav and nishma, making sure that we were ready to go and strong to accept the Torah. I'm going to finish, and then I'm going to tell you something super interesting if you are of the academic type, and also if you're just interested in the fact that there are multiple types of Zmiros under the same author. So I'll get to that in a sec. Stay tuned after the last stanza. Last stanza goes as follows. Ha'am asher na katzam ta'ah, the nation that's like wandering around, like sheep just kind of wandering around. Yiskor l'fakto b'vris Yeshua. You, meaning he, Hashem, should remember to redeem its nation with the deal that he made with them and the promise that he made to him. In other words, Hashem, now this was great. We were at Har Sinai. It was unbelievable. And now we are not. We are in Gullus. And we are not redeemed. And we are wandering around in Gullus. And Hashem, I would like you to now take that relationship that you have with us and bring it back to that level that it was before at Har Sinai, with making sure that the fakta b'vris Shvua, to take the promise that you gave to us and to redeem us. And this is the kicker, kasher nishbata ami Noach, just like you promised us in regards to the main Noach. What is it referring to? So in the Navi Yeshaya, it says, I think this was my Haftorah Member Mitzvah. I'm not sure. I think so, because I had Noach. So I think, yeah, fine. So the Navi says that Hashem says that he, just like Hashem said that the waters of Noach went and then went away and Hashem was never going to bring them again, so to Hashem saying, I stuck you in Gullus, but once I redeem you, I'm never going to put you in Gullus again. So this idea of Hashem, we were at Har Sinai, and it was unbelievable, and now you put us in Gullus, but bring us back, just like with Noach. So now the themes come together once again, that we are the Yonah. We are the Yonah who were able to find Geula, because we found land. And we, the Jewish people, are in Gullus, and we also want to find Geula, because we want to be able to be redeemed. And both that Shabbos is a redemption of sorts, but also our actual Gullus, our physical Gullus, we're asking Hashem to redeem us from that, just like, and stick us there in Geula forever, just like he did, and he promised in regards to the waters of Noach. I'll end with a cool, interesting tidbit, and then just sum it all up, which is that there's another version of this Zemer, not the whole Zemer, but stanzas the second to last and the third to last. And instead of talking a lot about Har Sinai, like the one I just shared with you did, and the one that's in your Zmiros booklets, it actually is a lot about the non-Jews being destroyed and stepping on them, and Hashem stepping on them, and they should go down, they should be destroyed, and all these things that's more negative. And this is another version we have. Did Rabbi Yehuda Halevi write both? I don't know. I don't know much about this, but I do know that the negative form of that was kind of shifted in the one that we have to be more of the positive, which is that really we are wandering, and we want Geula, and we want to go back to Har Sinai. Not necessarily emphasizing the fact that our enemies should also, get kicked around, but emphasizing the positive that we want to actually go back to Har Sinai. I'll just end with the fact that we said there are two themes in this Zemer. One is there's the Yonah, which is the Yonah of Noach, And the other is that there's a Yonah, which is we, the Jewish people, are Yonah. And the idea here is that the Yonah found Manoach. It found rest. It was found Geula. Humanity could start again. And that was a beautiful thing. And Shabbos is also a form of redemption. It's a chance for us to feel redeemed from the 6 days of work and feel like we're on another plane, another day, a level of Kulu Hashem. And also we're asking for the future Geula, that we want to get us out of this Galus and be able to get to the Geula, which Shabbos is, but ultimately we want as Am Yisrael. We, the Yonah, are praised in this Zemer because we accepted Shabbos and our commitment to Hashem, and we are thus asking Hashem, take that commitment and that love we have for you and demonstrate it to the same degree back to us, and take us both spiritually and physically from Galus to Geula on Shabbos and the Yom Shekula Shabbos, which is entirely Geula. Have a great Shabbos and hope that this enhanced your knowledge of the Zemer and appreciation of Shabbos in general. Thank you very much.